Welcome to the Prince I Am For YouTube channel. Welcome to another Me Monday. Today, I think I'm just gonna reflect a little. So Dave Chappell had a comedy special last year, I believe, on Netflix, and his bit was this particular bit. He was talking about this guy he went to school with, and he called him an urban genius, and he said he worked at Best Buy. He was like, that's just crazy to me that this guy, the intellectual guy, so smart, is working at Best Buy. And that joke just always, not always because it's not that long, but it hit me, and I was just like, boom. Like, hit me in the chest. And ever since he said that, it was just like, that sounds familiar. An urban genius stuck at a local I don't want to say stuck, but at a local retailer. And it's like, It's almost, I don't want to say surprising, but it's almost like, what are you doing, you know? And at one point it was messing with me. I think that's what caused a lot of entitlement on my behalf. Because that kind of stuff plays with you sometimes. You're just like, well, what am I doing, you know? Not in school, so on and so forth. But like, at one point, do you just stop reflecting on who you could be? And the quote unquote, missed opportunities. Because like, I think back in my life, I always said I wanted to be a lawyer. And ultimately, the reason why I didn't was because I wasn't passionate about it. It was just like something nice to say. It fed my ego. It allowed me to semi-flex on people like, oh, I do this, like it's respectable no matter age, race, religion, tax bracket, whatever. And then I was like, oh, smart. I always looked, and I think back to Miss Singer, who was, I believe, a guidance counselor at my elementary at the time. And she came in one day, I was like, okay, everybody, what are you gonna be like when you grow up? Or what do you want to be when you grow up? And she wrote down some things on the board, and I was like, oh, I don't know. I was like first grade. I don't know. I'm just enjoying the day, you know? In first grade. And then after a while, everybody had picked what they want to do, and I was not used to being one of the last to do something. So I was just like, oh, everybody had their thing. And so I just started thinking, and then I look on the board, she had like doctor, teacher, police officer, nurse, and lawyer, I believe, up there. And I was like, lawyer, let me think. What do I know about lawyers? You know, because I went through the other ones, I was like, nah, that and that. And I was like, what do I know about lawyers? Well, on every lawyer I see on TV is smart, clever, witty. And I'm like, I'm smart, I'm clever, I'm witty. That sounds good, that's a good fit. So you know what, I'm gonna do that when I grow up. People always say, wow, that's a big challenge because it takes so long to do. And through elementary, middle school, high school, I was like, yeah, I'll do it. And I always looked into it. And actually, not many people know this, I had the opportunity to go to Stanford University, which is one of the best law schools in the world, for a summer, for one of their programs. The only thing I had to do was get there. And I was like, well, shoot, how am I gonna get there? Like, I'm a car, you know, to get to the airport, to get there, you know. And I didn't ask for any help, not friends, family, and I just let it go. And I've had numerous amount of opportunities like that just fall in my lap. I think had I gone to Stanford those summers, because a couple summers during high school I went to Upper Bound, which is a college program. And it's like I really could have alternated between like Upper Bound one summer, Stanford the next summer. And like, I don't think people realize, ultimately I think school, because whatever you learn in school, you can learn on YouTube or whatever. There's Skillshare, there's so many different channels to learn. I think with school, the networking is the ultimate, like it's the ultimate thing you're paying for. That's why so many big schools, like the networking is ridiculous. So like if I had gone to Stanford for at least a couple summers, I would have made connections with professors and students there, and I probably would have ended up going to law school, and my life would be vastly different from what it is now. But I don't want you nor myself to get hung up on the fact that we didn't go certain routes in our lives. It's easy to be like, oh, I coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you didn't. And ultimately, I think that who I am today wouldn't be if I had gone those routes. If I had become as successful as I wanted to. There's a lot of people that I think there's a lot of people that are successful, and they weren't the best students. They weren't academically the strongest. And in my life, I wouldn't say my grades reflected that because I just didn't care. But like when it came to like just knowing and understanding concepts and all that other stuff, like I was good at it. I just didn't turn in my work. And high school is set up to, if you don't do well on tests, you still do pass. You'll pass decently. I was the opposite. I did amazing on tests, but I just didn't turn in my like homework because I was like, I was one of those students. I was like, clearly I know that. I know the concept and stuff. I'm doing well on tests. I just wouldn't do the easy like 5-10 points a day, and that adds up. But I don't beat myself up because like, oh, I'm not this lawyer that I said I wanted to be for the longest time. And people are always like, oh, when are you going back to school? And it's like, I'm not passionate about that. I will not let anybody else's thoughts, opinions, or labels be thrown upon me because I'm in a season, I've said this before, that I'm not getting my way and I'm not used to that. Some call it spoiled. I call it, no, it's fun. But like it's weird that I'm not getting my way, so I'm just having to really dig deeper within myself than I ever had to before. It's like I've always been told I have such incredible potential and all this other stuff by people older than me. And just going back to that Dave Chappell bit, you could be a limitless pit of potential, but it's like people will never tell you how to harness it. And I think that's why this dude that Dave Chappell said he was an urban genius and he's working at Best Buy, because it's like anybody can work at Best Buy or in my current job or any retail. That's not the difficult part. But when you're like constantly like, oh, you're so great, you're so, and then you're like, okay, I am. Okay, I've realized it. What now? What next? How do I channel this? Because like a lot of your talents aren't tangible. Like if you're a singer, it's like, okay, let me work on executing this run or scaling or growing just my voice and skills and techniques. Or if you're an athlete, you're like, okay, I have to be X amount fast or X amount strong and apply this. And it's like, and yes, there's a mental aspect of it, like knowing and making smart choices and anything counts. But it's like when you're just smart, people just say, oh, you just have potential. It's like, okay, now what? What am I supposed to do with that? And so I never was passionate about anything up until content. Content is something I'm currently passionate about. I don't think I will lose passion for it, especially now that I've learned patience and I've learned how to pace myself. Those are two things that will take you far, I believe, because I think it's going to take me far. I just think that when you have potential and you start worrying about what you could be, what you should be, and you start really reading into things that you aren't or you can't control anymore, you know, the opportunities pass, that's when you start eating and beating yourself up, and you need to stop that. Just let it go. You gotta assess where you're at now and go from there. Yeah, and it's funny because like I'll see people and you'll get different reactions. Some people think they're better than you. Some people, oh, how you been? And some people are just like, yikes, you know, like, and you can tell certain energies, you know, you can just be like, oh, okay, you know, and you're just like, okay, like, sometimes you like get irritated, like, they don't know, like, you know, because you know your story, not everybody does. And so you start to like, you can get in a habit of feeling negative. And me personally, I think negativity is a definite no-no. I think where I'm at in life, I try to look at the positive way before the negative. And I want you to take from this, you are not your experiences and what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and your trauma and the great things about you and your strengths and weaknesses, they help shape you, but they don't define you. You define yourself. You have the final say. Well, God has the final say, but you have the final say of what you ultimately become. You have to make the choice to change. And until you stop breathing, your story is still being written. Until you start breathing, like no matter how much success or lack of that you've experienced, your story isn't over until you stop breathing. Like it's currently, if you're on an iPhone, it's those 3 dots. You're currently gone. So I want you to remember that. Stay low and keep firing. And just keep pushing. Because ultimately, it's not over till it's over. And that's just where I'm at Monday. Stay tuned for whatever Wednesday. Whatever Wednesday, I think I'm going to highlight why you could be different and still excel, pointing out differences, but in a positive way, not in a negative way. Thank you for joining me. My name is Prince Mays. And don't let your past define you. Like when you like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, that doesn't define who you are as a person. That's just something that helps to shape you, as a well-rounded individual who knows good content when they see it. You have a blessed day. My name is Prince Mays, and thank you for joining me on my channel. Peace.